Hey you guys, it's me Seren, back with another video. It's day 2 of Hidden Figures, and sending a big shout out to one of my subscribers and followers on Twitter, Mulat Ho, who suggested today's hidden figure, Ruth Fernández, who was a Puerto Rican contralto and a member of the Puerto Rican Senate. She was born May 23rd, 1919 and died January 9th, 2012. And especially with a lot of the conversation that's going around right now about Afro-Latinx persons, I thought that this was a really great hidden figure to do. So, born Ruth Noemí Fernández Cortada in the barrio Cuarto in Ponce, Puerto Rico, Fernandez's mother died when she was 6 years old. She was raised along with her 4 other siblings by her grandmother. She received her primary and secondary education in her hometown, and as a child she learned to play the piano and was very active in her school and community activities. In high school, she organized her own music group, and she became a professional singer at the age of 14 when she would go to the local radio stations WPRP and WPAB and sing for 50 cents a day. Fernandez was heard by Mingo, a band leader of a locally popular band, and was hired into his band in 1940. She then performed in nightclubs, dances, and casinos. Fernandez started to gain popularity, and in 1941, at age 22, she was signed by Columbia Records, with whom she recorded her first hit song, Cuando Vuelvas, When You Return. There's a lot of Spanish in here, bear with me. A theme written by Mirta Silva. Her first appearance in New York City was in the Latin Theater of New York. There, the Master of Ceremonies, Hector del Villar, introduced her as El Alma de Puerto Rico, Hecha Cancion, or the Soul of Puerto Rico turned song. That moniker was to stay with her forever. When Fernandez returned to the island, she enrolled in the University of Puerto Rico in 1943 with the intention of becoming a social worker. However, she once again joined Mingo and his band, the Whoopee Kids, and toured with them throughout the Caribbean, Central, and South America. Fernandez was the very first successful Afro-Puerto Rican female singer, and as such, she broke color barriers and stereotypes. The Mingo Band was contracted to perform at a benefit for the American Red Cross in the Condado Vanderbilt Hotel on August 4th, 1945, and the director of the orchestra told her that, according to the hotel's rules, she had to enter through the kitchen door like all the other black musicians. Ruth, however, did not follow the instructions and entered through the main entrance, driven by a chauffeur on a Packard automobile. She went on stage and performed before the astonished audience, and when asked in a documentary years later how she felt about the incident, she replied, "They called me a Negro. Negro? So what?" From that point on, she proudly and constantly referred to herself, even in songs, as La Negra de Ponce, or the Black Woman from Ponce, making reference to her racial heritage and her city of origin. Despite her race, Fernandez's performances in the United States were transmitted coast to coast under her contract with the CBS radio network, and she also performed at the Carnegie Hall in New York in 1960. Among the many countries in which she has performed are Italy, France, Spain, Norway, Venezuela, Mexico, Panama, and Cuba. Fernandez has also appeared in 2 Spanish-language films and has a role in the Afro-Puerto Rican documentary Raíces, produced by the Banco Popular de Puerto Rico. She was also elected into the Senate of Puerto Rico, representing the district of Ponce as a member of the Popular Democratic Party of Puerto Rico. As a legislator, Fernandez sought many reforms and better working conditions for the artistic class. She also sought after the interests of Puerto Ricans living in the United States, and a tenement in the Bronx, New York is named after her, Ruth Fernández Apartments. After her senatorial term was over, she served as a cultural advisor for Hernandez Colón, and in 1990 she was selected by Imagen magazine as one of the 10 most powerful women in Puerto Rico. Fernandez retired from all activities in the 2000s, and she acknowledged suffering from Alzheimer's disease. She died in San Juan on January 9, 2012, of septic shock and pneumonia. The government of Puerto Rico declared 3 days of national mourning for her death, and she was buried in her hometown of Ponce at the Cementerio Civil de Ponce. Really, really interesting lady. Of course, there will be links in the description box. Thank you yet again. For anyone that doesn't know, yes, I do take suggestions for hidden figures, so please feel free to hit me up. You can hit me up on Twitter. You can hit me up on Instagram. You can email me. Of course, as always, you can leave a comment. We're going to need lots of hidden figures because we're going to be doing daily videos this month, so Ruth Fernández, a hidden figure. Hopefully you guys are doing great. Happy Friday, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.